For the process, when we were coming to Island, there was a little bit of paperwork that we got ahead of time. We got the email, the welcome aboard brief and everything that had the criteria and what we were to sign up for. That way when we got here, we were already prepared either to live on base or off base. And then we were given information about if housing was at a certain percentage, or over a certain capacity, then we would then have the opportunity to live off base. So when we came here, we had already the notion that we wanted to live off base. So we were very excited to. Then we found out that it was to its max capacity on several of the bases. And since I work up north on Schwab, the transition or the being able to transition from here to work is a lot easier than for me to live in Foster or Kadena or things like that.
What works best too is they not only do we pay our rent when we pay our rent, but our rent includes the majority of our utilities. So our gas, trash, water, even our internet is all included. The only bill that we pay outside of that is electric. We pay it at a realtor, but I mean, do they accept it Monday through Saturday? Mm-hmm. Monday through Saturday, and they're really lenient and convenient. Actually, more lenient than back in the States, truthfully. You're like, I'm at work. It's like, oh, don't worry, bring it in tomorrow. Don't worry about it. So they're really easy to work with.
From my understanding, there is with COLA the same as if you come without dependents or if you come unaccompanied, you have a COLA. Well, the COLA, I think there is some adjustments that are made that way to offset the costs of living on the outside out in town. We do get the amount. There is a set amount for each pay grade, so E5, E6, and and also below and above. You get a certain set amount that you can get for a house. So you have to find a home or a place to stay kind of in that range. You can't really go above it. Going below it, of course, is okay. The military doesn't have to pay as much, but being able to find things that are included into the home or where you're going to be living at is pretty beneficial with it. But from my understanding, the offset it works really well with us. We're not struggling, so that's find a home quickly. If you pass up an opportunity, when you come back to it, most likely it'll be gone. So if there's something that you like or you feel like you're being pulled or drawn towards, you should probably go for it. Yeah.
And we made it a point to make sure that we knew that we wanted a home that was close to our workplace. That was a huge thing for us. We didn't want to be an hour plus outside of where we worked. And we actually got really lucky because we live right in the middle of the island. I say just take the opportunity. Really take the opportunity, because we were nervous at first, of course, culturally, but we wouldn't even want to be living anywhere else. No. We love our neighbors. We love our home. We love that we can ride our bikes and walk to the grocery store. We can walk to the beach. We can walk, to several restaurants we find just walking through the streets or riding our bikes. And it's so safe. You see the kids out playing. You find parks everywhere. It's just, it's almost, we feel so lucky actually to be living out in town and be surrounded by the people and the things we get to be a part of, the festivals, everything. You don't even realize it and you get caught up. They'll be walking down our street and doing festivals out of nowhere, and you're like, what's going on? You go outside, and so it's intriguing, it's exciting, it's an adventure in itself just living out in town.
When we came out here, we just found an opportunity to find culture and everything else, and we really wanted to stay in more of a Japanese style neighborhood, not so much surrounded in like an American atmosphere.
They're a lot more compassionate and concerned and considerate of us, and we reciprocate that behavior to them as well. We actually chose to live here because when we were walking through the house, just observing it at first, when our realtor brought us through, the neighbor across the street, her name's Tamiko, she came and brought us green tea. and wanted to welcome us here. And she was telling us about everything she does and everything that she can take us around to see. And she just made us feel so welcome and so at home. And she greeted us with hugs, and she was crying because she wanted us to live in this house so bad. So she won us over, truthfully. Actually, a lot of stuff is translated in English underneath it, which makes it really easier. Not in the grocery stores, but we have Google Translate. So the majority of the time we'll like Google it and show the picture, and we're like, excuse me, and then we just point and they help us. It's our record player.
Fortsättningen